Uh, Gag, are we on the internet?
We are on the internet.
Live people.
Is
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Casey Williams, and welcome to Nerds at the Roundtable presents A Bungle Through the Jungle, our own run-through of D&D 5th Edition's Tomb of Annihilation. Like I said, my name is Casey Williams. I will be GMing this game, along with my good friends, who I would like to have them introduce themselves first before I say anything else. Let's start with Jada. Can you tell the people who you are?
Yes, I am kind of co-host on the channel, and we are starting off a little bumpy tonight. Got a little bit of a late start, but hopefully that'll be getting better as time goes on. I have to figure out the software a little bit. Knocking stuff off my desk. So my character is going to be Rain. I'll introduce my character a little bit more in-game, but I am playing a Aasimar paladin, or cleric, sorry.
Hey Joe, double check we're online real quick, because when I get on the app, it shows you're not.
We are 100%. I'm watching it live.
Okay, cool. No, there it goes. Awesome. All right, let's go next to Thug Kitchen. Drew.
Hi, I'm Drew, and I'm playing a wood elf druid named Theron.
Awesome. Let's go to the Fosters. Alex first.
I am going to be playtesting the Pendragon. It's a homebrew class. Her name is Felix, and she's an elven Pendragon.
I should clarify, this particular Pendragon class, it is homebrew. I did not make it, though I do make several classes, which I hope to soon start making available online. This one in particular came from Tumblr, from a user I can't remember the name of right now. However, I will be posting a link to the person's Tumblr so that you can all see it. However, we're going to be messing with this subclass a little bit. I've kept it just as the original author wrote it for now. We may tweak things a little bit depending on how things go. I love homebrew. I also love tweaking homebrews. Next up is Riley.
Yeah, I'm Riley. I'm playing a total barbarian. Anything like that before, named Frank. Lovely name, Frank and Beck. Yeah, I'm pretty much just here to claw over stuff.
And I am not above giving inspiration for great turtle puns. Just saying.
Ooh, I got some
Why
locked
would you
and ready to go.
him?
Adam Coble, I'm coming for you. Finally,
It's gonna be a shell time.
Oh God.
I love it. And finally is my lovely wife, Megan.
Alright, hi, multi-universe internet right there. I am Megan. I also have a Twitch channel, but I'm not about to put in a shameless plug here. I will be playing Dr. Zola Cream. She is, and there's a reason for her name, which you will find out much later. She is going to be a Ranger Beastmaster, of which, since we're starting at a lower level, she does not have her companion yet, but I am excited for everyone to figure out what her companion is going to be. I am very much excited about it. Dr. Zola is she's a very enthusiastic character, and I'm super excited to play her. So be on the lookout for her, and that's it for me.
Alright, so needless to say, we are running Tomb of Annihilation. As written in the book, I've made a couple editions of my own, which the book encourages, and I encourage you all to do the same. As opposed to a lot of these types of channels, where you see it from the DM's perspective, we're doing it from Jada's perspective. One, because I'm still learning Roll20 myself a little bit, and doing that and modding Twitch would be a lot. So, not going to do that. So you have Joe's view.
I will say, as at least for today, I am logged in as a DM, so I have a little bit more access than a normal player would if you were to look at it from a player view. I'll probably eventually move away from that, but for the time being, I'm going to leave it this way to help out a little bit. So.
Yep. To that end, I'm a teacher in my day job, so I like teaching things, and part of what I'll be doing with this is kind of going through some useful things that a GM might use. And as I learn on Roll20, I'll make sure to shout that out, and when I learn tricks, I'll let you know it so that you can use them as well in the future. we are a very narrative-based group who really like roleplay, so we're going to be going pretty in-depth with like in-character stuff, and I'll be giving inspiration for good in-character acting. That's not to say we don't like rules. We'll be using the rules, but if I don't know something, and I often don't, we're just gonna do our best, and I'll look it up later, and we'll fix it in the long run. So if you know the rules better than me, which is probably likely, feel free to put that in chat, and I will address it when I can. Awesome. All right, so I think from there I can shut up about all this epilogue stuff and just get right into the game,
Let's play, damn it.
right? All right. So we're going to start off, as the adventure starts off, in the city of Waterdeep, where two of our adventurers, Rain and Felix, have been called by an adventurer. Both of you have received a letter from one Sildra Sylvain to arrive at her mansion on this day at noon. It is about 11:30, and you stand outside large bronze gates before a large manor in the City of Splendors. The letter is fairly short. It simply calls you to come meet with Sindra on a matter of business that they promise will be rather lucrative. So you two arrive at the gate roughly at the same time. You stand and if you two would like to describe your characters a little bit, what the audience and the other player sees.
Just go first one.
Whoever likes.
Anyone but me. I'm setting up the chat log.
Okay.
Alex, go ahead.
So
And the window's going to look a little weird for a minute, guys. I apologize. I found one thing that I did not currently have on the screen. Cancel.
Orissa Felixis, Yurnathem, or is a tall, slender, brunette elf with golden eyes.
Awesome. And on the other end, we have Rain, who Joe's doing something, so I'll help out a little bit. Is a taller fellow with kind of strangely colored bluish pale skin. Dressed very finely. Nice clothes, nice slick backed hair. Yeah, blue hair to be exact. And perhaps a sense of snobbishness is not out of order. Would that be fair enough, Jada?
Yes, my character's kind of comes from a richer background, and as such, does not know a whole lot about the world, and is going to have a rude awakening, I think, in this campaign.
Gotta love rude awakenings. I know I'm a fan.
Polite just
Alright,
isn't the
so
way
you stand before this door for not very long before someone comes and approaches. An elderly human man in what appears to be kind of a butler's outfit who ushers you through the gates and up the front to the front door. Madam, Master Sylvain will see you shortly. After a short amount of waiting, an elderly figure in full robes with the hood up and a brass mask on begins coming down the stairs. It's good to see you here. I hope my letter and my invitation arrived safely for both of you.
Did?
Good, and I appreciate your time and your answering. I suppose I should get right to it. I was an adventurer years ago, uh, just like you are now. I saw a great deal of success with my friends, lost many, gained many, and gained many treasures. Now, I am happily retired. I trust you are somewhat familiar with the troubles plaguing Waterdeep at the moment.
At least somewhat, yes.
Yes. Uh, Mr. Rain, I know you are from other parts. Are you familiar with the curse that currently is plaguing the city?
I've been told of it, but do not know what is causing it. That's what I've come to find out. Hopefully.
I would hope you could. I myself do not know. However, I have friends in many places. And as they say that, they kind of hold out from their robes a small pin, a silver circle, with an emblem on it that belongs to the Harpers. Rain, you can roll both of you if you can roll history checks for me.
Tight.
I was a great success.
Rain, you're too busy noticing that the carpets are in need of cleaning. It is very distracting.
When is the last time you had someone in here to clean this room?
There we go.
Felix, you feel like you've seen this symbol before. You know it has something to do with some organization, with some pull, both in and out of the city, but you're not very sure who it is. The name Harper's, maybe? But regardless, they put away this emblem, and, you to say, I have friends. They've done their best to find the source of this curse, referring to it as the death curse. And you see, it's not only this city, it's everywhere. Much like many adventurers, I have encountered death before. I have even passed through the veil. But thanks to strong allies, I've been brought back. This curse, it affects those like me who have died and returned. Causes the life to draw back out of them in some manner of foul death to affect them, I suppose. Not only that, but I have heard from allies in the temples of Ilmater and Joaquin, and it appears that resurrection magic in general is no longer working. Clerics are no help anymore to anyone. Whatever is happening, they are stymied by it, weakened in their connection to the gods and their ability to heal. My contacts in the Harpers have learned that the cause of this death curse resides in Schult. Scrying has revealed little other than the name Soulmonger.
Soulmonger.
Yes,
That sounds terrifying.
and that it is somewhere in Schult. I do not know where. That is what I need you for. In my time as an adventurer, I have taken to mapping. I enjoy cartography. To this end, I have created a map of Schultz, showing a few locations where I believe this soulmonger may lay, but I do not know exactly where. I would give you this map, and the promise of reward should you find the source of this curse and report it back.
It definitely concerns my people as well, and I would happily try to look into this for you. I take the map.
Good. And you will be rewarded well, I assure you. And you, Felix, I know a little about you. Not a great deal. It's some secret from what I understand. I would hate to take you away from what you must do, but would you be willing to also undertake this journey?
Schultz is my home, and I believe what you describe, my mother would have to look into as well.
Good, good. I am glad. Should you find the source of this death curse, I will reward you in a handsome sum of gold. Should you go further and destroy this soulmonger and end the curse that plagues me. In my time as an adventurer, I have accrued many items of power and great worth. I give you choice of my stock. Are the terms acceptable?
Very much so.
Good. Good. Do you have any questions? Is there any way in which I may help you in this undertaking?
Are we the only ones you have contacted about this problem, or do we need to seek out other...
Oh, no, dear. No. I have friends in Schultz, and they will meet you there. Once you are there, I suggest getting together with this group and finding a good guide that should allow you to undertake the dangerous trek in the jungle. Pick up supplies in Port Nyanzaru. That is the first stop in Schultz, typically.
Port Nyanzaru. Nyanzaru. Perhaps we can find some more people there to assist us.
You should. There are many an adventurer in Schultz, especially in the port town. It's quite the draw for heroes and mercenaries alike. Also pirates and slavers and all sorts of horrible ilk. I would wish you luck and bade you caution.
Well, hopefully we are successful in finding out something. This is quite disturbing.
Yes. Well, I suppose we should be on our way at once. Should we not?
So I'm excited to go home.
Yes,
I am glad.
I have no further business before we go.
Good, good. Alright. If you would come with me, I'd be happy to... and, as she walks away, she begins to walk away and begs you to... You can't help but notice, like, a certain sense of sickness upon this person.
Right.
Are you quite all right? Is there anything I can do to aid you in the moment?
There is nothing, I believe, that you can do at the time being. I've spoken with the clerics. I have time yet, though not a great deal. The best thing you can do for me is make haste and find the source of this ill.
Well, then, that is what we shall do.
Good, good. Syndra leads you into a further room within her estate, um, and begins to lead you up a flight of long stairs. As Syndra hobbles in front of you, she eventually comes to a large wooden door, opens it with a key around her neck, and takes you into a tower room of sorts with a large desk and just shelves upon shelves of books and glass vials containing liquids of all colors. Um, they begin to take out several components from various drawers and jars, and as they are doing so, say, you could of course charter a ship to Jolt. However, I fear we do not have the time. I know both of you are spellcasters of some talent, yes?
A little.
Welcoming, yeah.
Tell me, what do you know of teleportation magic?
I've heard of it, but I know very little regarding how it works.
Let's see, it is higher level magic, so perhaps this will be a treat for you. Get to see quite the spell.
Rain pulls out a small notebook and begins getting ready to take notes.
I may be beginning to weaken, however, I can still cast a spell from time to time. And they take out a couple more components and begin to cast a spell. As they cast, a bright light envelops you both. And yeah, a bright light envelops you both. And for a moment, it's almost like catching your breath. And in this like blinking flash of an eye, all of a sudden, your skin is warm and it's very humid, and you smell salt on the air, and you're outside, and you're in Jolt. At least you think you're in Jolt. You're in what appears to be a port town. There are people all around. Tropical city. You hear the sounds of a harbor, creaking ropes, slapping waves, heavy barrels rolling across cobblestone, mingled with voices shouting and cursing in languages you couldn't begin to understand, combinations of clicks, inhalations, sing-songy words you've never heard that make it sound almost musical. The aroma of unfamiliar spices, of nutmeg, star anise, and several things you've never smelled before. Tropical fruits. In fact, you can see people selling these things. Weird spiky fruits, pink and orange, as well as little weird brown hairy nuts of some sort that when cracked open spill out a white liquid. You see people selling fish and tar and canvases and other shipbuilding apparatus, all sorts of stuff. The buildings themselves are painted in bright shades of colors: blue, green, orange, salmon pink. They're covered in murals showing giant reptiles, mythical heroes. Every building sports baskets and clay urns of colorful flowers, or is draped in leafy, flowering vines. Minstrels in bright clothing adorned with feathers, shells perform on street corners. Multicolored pennants and sun awnings flutter atop the city walls. A crowd of children dressed in feathered hats and capes race past you. They run toward a particularly strange sight. A large fellow, maybe? A large lizard-like creature, with a hard shell. You would recognize it as basically a giant walking tortoise at one of the stands. As the person at the stand says, "No, you cannot have this for 5 gold. It's worth 7 gold at least.
I have only 5 gold. Surely this is sufficient.
Yes, fish caught today. Good fish. 5 gold is all you have, truly.
Perhaps you give me 1 fish, 5 gold, and then perhaps the next one we discuss at a later time. That is our best. Agreeable?
Roll a persuasion check, Frank the Tank.
Let's scroll down now.
Yeah.
Can you click it? There it is.
Clickety click.
Damn. Wait, turtle.
Look, Frank.
Hey!
Look,
There
Frank.
you.
This is the last time, and only because I like you, alright? Just
Yes.
take the fish. Pay me tomorrow. If you only have 5 gold, you're not going to be able to get a room for the night. Just take it. Come back and pay me when you can.
I walk over towards this turtle-looking creature.
Yes. Good day. Good day.
You look like you're a capable creature.
I'm a turtle.
Perhaps you might wish to earn a little coin to help out a cause in the area.
I know you, but you seem of the friendly sort. What would you have me do?
Well, we just arrived in Cholt, and we are trying to figure out what's caused the curse in the area for this. I'm assuming Sidra's still with us.
No, she actually did not come with you.
For this friend of ours named Sidra, who is, quite honestly looks like she's dying, has tasked us with trying to find the curse creator upon this world. And honestly, I don't know what we're going to run into. We could use some help. She promised us there would be some coin involved if we were successful.
Forgive me. I'm slow to recall. You're telling me an old, sickly individual has asked you to investigate a dangerous curse on the land. Now, I know little about this endeavor, but I am quite interested.
Well, I recently just learned of it myself and decided to come here and investigate. Sidra gave us a map of the area.
I suppose I have a bit of a working fee, though. I must insist upon.
I'm quite sure Sidra would be willing to cover some fees.
It's modest, I assure you. Some detritus, if possible. Essentials, really.
Certainly something that we could discuss with Sidra when we, I guess, see her again. I'm not really sure how we get back into contact with her after all of this.
At that point, you actually receive, you hear a voice in your head, Rain, that says, Rain, this is Syndra. I forgot a small amount of information. Upon arrival, head to a tavern called the Thundering Lizard. There you will meet 2 of my associates.
Is he just kind of like spacing out while this is going on in his head? Like it just kind of strikes him?
Yep.
I don't know, how do you react to hearing a voice in your head?
I would imagine I'm kind of used to it. So,
that's actually fair. Yeah.
Yes, I just start talking to myself. I was wondering how we were going to come back into contact with you when all this was done.
We just met.
Once you have learned the spell sending, you should be able to contact me at any time.
We found some people willing to help, or at least one, and they are requesting some pay when we get done. I figured we'd verify that with you while I got you on the telecom.
Roll a persuasion check.
While he's having this conversation with himself, I turn to acquaintance. And you're a.
Yes, Toad.
Can't you just catch your own fish? Why must you buy?
You must not do a lot of fishing. It's quite a bit of work. While I enjoy searching for food myself, it grows tiresome at times, especially when tasked with something else to do. It's nice to have it available.
No.
You guys should be on the Port Nyanzaru map now.
Nope, we are not.
I moved the
I
player
see
thingy.
I have it up. Even though I am not there all right now.
Uh-huh.
You
We're
will
going
find
swimming.
yourselves kind of on the north area, in the dock ward, just under the number 5. Harbor ward, rather.
Do you have our pictures there?
I know why, because I'm logged in as DM, so mine doesn't auto move. I'm gonna switch back to being a player, so might have to reload for a moment.
Okay. In the meantime, yes, but yeah, Syndra told you to meet people at the Thundering Lizard. Further associates. And with that persuasion check, Joe, are you still there?
Yes.
Or you had to reload?
Yeah,
oh,
I'm
you're
still
on Discord for talk. Cool. So Syndra, in response to your question, yes, and I suppose I could have given you a little spending money towards supplies. At some point, find your way to the Temple of Joaquin and tell them my name and that you are associates of mine.
Sidra, I don't believe I ever got your last name.
Sylvain. Syndra Sylvain.
Thank you.
Now listen, because I only have so many castings a day of a spell.
Make these spell slots grow on trees.
You're using up all of her spell slots on sending.
I'm sure you weren't doing anything with this all, but anyways.
But yes, go to the Temple of Joaquin, tell them I sent you, and ask for 50 gold. They will give it to you, and use that money to buy what you need, pay people, what have you. You may reply to this message.
So go to the temple and ask for 100 gold. And tell them that you sent us. Got it.
You don't hear a response back. You are worth 4 spell slots to Syndra Sylvain. Congratulations.
I'm certain, anyway, your friend appears to be incapacitated of sorts. But I am certain I can be of service. My skills include smashing, fishing. I'm also quite convincing, quite enjoyable company. I think you'll find me quite entertaining.
I finally stopped talking to myself and come back and look at everyone.
He has overcome the seizure.
Are you done conversing with yourself?
I think so. Syndra stopped speaking to me. I think he ran out of spells.
She was talking to you in your head.
Yes.
Interesting.
It seems to be a rather common thing, people just sending me messages in my head.
It really is.
I've grown quite used to it. One day I must learn this ability myself.
This is news. You have head often.
Say what?
This is new news. You have voices in your head often.
As often as they wish to speak to me.
You are possessed. You should see a shaman.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Put a pin in that. What did she say?
She said that we should go to to the Thundering Lizard, and also that she would be happy to send us some funds to help with our expenses. So we were to go to the Temple of Joachim and ask for some assistance.
Casey, would I know where those places are?
Roll a history check, probably, but let's just make sure.
Okay, dokie.
Do not know who the Thundering Lizard is, but I'm quite excited to meet him or her.
You've been living here, well, I guess not a very long time, so maybe you wouldn't. Who that is. Let's see. Joaquin. What did you ask me again, Joe? I'm sorry. What were our, Felix, you rolled a 16. Yeah, you know where these places are.
Cool.
You know that the Temple of Joachim is better known as the Hall of Gold. It's essentially, you would understand it as like a real person understands a bank. Joaquin is a god of commerce and money. And the Halls of Gold perform services such as exchanging copper for silver pieces, or basically exchanging up your money in exchange for a fee. They give loans and they help people start businesses as well. And you know that that is in the market ward of the city, which is where most of like the regular people's shops are.
Gotcha.
Is that close to where we're at now?
Well, let's see, you're in the harbor ward. The market ward is some distance. It's kind of on the other side of the city.
And what about the tavern?
The tavern is in... Sorry. The tavern is in a place that is called a thing. And that thing is...
The suspense.
Yeah, I can't find words. This is embarrassing. Hi, Internet. Just a second.
What do you ask?
I'm just at where the tavern is. Like, should
I
we go
know
there?
I know it's closer than that.
South Street.
It's on the corner of Broadway and Union.
That's the worst corner.
It is. It's in an area called the Red Bazaar.
Okay, well, I will relay that to the gentleman here and recommend that we go to Green Lizard first.
Awesome.
That sounds like a plan. Though we do want to make our way to the temple before too long.
We should be able to hit both today.
So actually, yeah, they're both in the market ward, so you can hit both pretty quickly.
Where's the market ward?
So you begin to head southward. I can move you, or you can control your own tab characters, whichever you prefer.
Well, since I don't know where I'm going.
Fair enough.
No, that's it. You can do this.
You begin your trek to the southern end of the city, following Felix. As you walk through the city, you pass through several very interesting districts.
I can put some text on if you tell me where stuff is at.
Okay.
Maybe.
I can do it. It's all right. Clear the drawing. Somehow I drew things.
Seems appropriate.
So the Thundering Lizard is right here in the purple square. green square represents our Temple of Joaquin.
That's way too big. Let's go with 16, 14. Tiny. There we go. Oh my gosh. It doesn't look anything like it did when I had it before.
What did you do?
I don't know. It's so
Messed
tiny.
it up. You had one job.
I'm also like I'm zoomed way out too, so I don't know how. It's probably not that bad.
That'll happen.
All right, Thundering Lizard, and then this is the temple.
Yeah, I lied. Sorry. None of that is true.
Hmm.
Oh,
Why does
deception.
that proud me?
I say that. The Thundering Lizard is true. That is where I said it was. It is here.
You deleted my text. I'm so sad.
I did not mean to. And then
You're a
number
cruel
where
man.
you see the number 21, that is the Temple of Joaquin, the Hall of Gold.
I do not see the number 21, so
It is north east of you.
like way up north.
No.
Or maybe
The numbers
maybe I
are
can
not
see
on the
this.
player level, just FYI.
Oh! That'll
Yeah.
do
You
I
have
really
you have to
confused.
move those things to the player level if you want us to be able to see them.
it. Understood.
Yes.
Now I learned a thing.
The more you know.
I'm learning.
Yep. Yeah, because they start off with everything hidden, so you can kind of figure out what you want your players to see, which is useful.
Alright, so there are the Hall of Gold. Marked
Hmm.
green.
Marked in green. Oh, I see it now. Okay.
And then the Thundering Lizard is where the purple square is.
Gotcha.
All right,
Is that your
so
final answer?
we I guess are heading to the Thundering Lizard first.
Awesome.
Say so.
Oh, I like the green better. I'm gonna use that. It's much easier to see. I'm hearing those voices again in my head, guys. They're different this
So
time.
this area is also better known as it sits on the edge of what's called the Red Bazaar. As you guys walk to this end of the city, by the way, you see just a lot of commerce, and you can't help but notice the sheer amount of diversity in the city as you're walking through, and you're probably kind of getting used to this, Frank, and you being kind of an outlier species, experience it yourself. That other places you go, you might get quite a few looks of like, is that a turtle person? Here you don't really get that, and Rain and Felix, as you walk through, you can't help but notice there's everything from elves and dwarves and the occasional bugbear. Like, there's just a lot of diversity in this city. All of them sporting weapons for the most part, dealing in some form of wares. This is quite the commercial port. And as you overhear people talking, you hear like one person's like, "Okay, if we can make it 30 miles downriver today, then tomorrow we should be able to make it to the tomb. And once we make it to the tomb, everyone have your 10-foot poles? Good." And you just hear these people like talking about like raiding tombs and like exploring the jungle and trying to make their fortune here out of the jungles of Chult.
I wonder why those people needed 10-foot poles. Are they pole vaulting into the tombs? What are they doing?
I'm probably too heavy for that.
I
But you eventually
don't know if I'm graceful enough for that.
as you're walking through, several people also try to sell you things. You see a fellow with these gourds that he says, mosquitoes can kill you before the goblins do. Buy some of my mosquito repellent. It'll keep the bugs off of you all day. You see someone else who's got these big canvases, and he's like, look, if you just buy one of these, you'll never have to worry about clean water in the jungle again. Tired of being thirsty out on your adventures? Make sure you have one of Iraj's rain catchers. You see someone with what appear to be coconuts cut in half with little bamboo sticks stuck in them. It's like, how about a drink? Fresh tej made with jungle honey. Delicious, refreshing.
It's a scam. Just drink the water in the river. Ridiculous.
Even Frank the Tank can see that.
And then you hear like like this loud rumbling noise, and a cart, like a big cart, comes being pulled by what appears to be a giant lizard with 3 horns on its head. Felix, you have seen these. Frank, you have as well. Rain, probably not. Giant thunder lizards of Chult. Various beasts better known to people in the real world as dinosaurs.
What on earth is that?
Don't know quite how to describe it, really. What you see is what you get. I don't know how to describe a dinosaur to someone. It sure is what it looks like.
Character already.
You see,
They just roam around in the city
and
like
it's
that?
big as hell.
Did they eat people?
No, they are just local beasts of burden.
Oh, so you can ride them.
Yes. Although I should in the wild, there are ones that probably would eat you, but the ones here are good.
So don't try to ride the wild ones, just the ones in the city. Got it.
The guy with the coconut halves, as you say that, he's like, I don't know. Be real careful around them thunder lizards. You never know. And you notice that one of his hands, where he's holding the coconut, is missing, like, the ring finger at the third handle. He's like, we respect the thunder lizards here, and they respect us. You use them for work, but you keep away from their faces. Trust me, young man. I assume you're new to Chult.
It's all fun and games till you lose your finger, huh? Got it.
It is.
Sad
story, I tell you. Huh?
You can't judge them all on that guy. He looks delicious. Who wouldn't take a bite out of him? Don't hold it against a lot of them.
You say that, and like he got the tej pretty close to your face, Frank, and he kind of draws it away.
They coexist with the surrounding world. It's not too much of an issue. And life finds a way.
I don't know. He doesn't look very tasty to me.
We're gonna get sued. Oh dear.
Lizard wondered if we should.
So with all of that, you eventually do make your way through the Red Bazaar to a kind of like dilapidated building made of brightly painted wood. Outside there is a sign that appears to be giant lizards in appearance with a big frill around its neck, painted like green and orange. You hear loud music and shouting from inside as one fellow, like, kind of staggers out and just yaks on the front porch.
Disgusting.
This place is already very disgusting.
I'm in agreement with you there.
It's kind of like swinging saloon-style doors. And, yeah, you hear loud music. You see people outside, like, you see this one guy who's like, yeah, I bought a couple of these arrows. Supposedly they have a little bit of magic on them. Like, you know how when you go to hit, like, there's a 1 out of 10 chance if you hit? For me, there's, like, a 1 out of 11 chance if you hit. It's a little better. I don't know. Wakanga explained it to me. I don't get it.
That's not how any of this works.
They're dumb. Because it's easier to
That's
roleplay.
racist.
Got to find a poker table or something inside of here. Take some people's money.
That's usually the way to make friends.
They're clearly not very smart in here.
Did oh god, what's your name? Sindra say how we were to find the people we're meeting here?
She told you they'd be inside.
I guess we just go in then.
Awesome. So you walk through the double saloon doors. As they creak open, you find a very large common room with long tables, kind of set throughout. A long wooden bar that's been long soaked with many a drink. There are a couple bards playing kind of together in a duet. One has a violin, and another has a djembe, this wooden box that they're just kind of banging on to get a rhythm going. There are people actually playing poker in one corner of the bar. There are...
See, you guys laughed at me, but look at those poker players over there. They're hustling someone.
Just a ton of people drinking. You see a few people dressed in kind of more scandalous clothing, kind of standing along one side of the wall, and some up on the half balcony looking down, where you gather that probably there are rooms to rent and such things. This is an inn. And yeah, it's quite the party in here. It's quite raucous. At this point, our other two players, Theron and Dr. Zola, having received letters from your friend Wakanga Otamu, one of the merchant princes of the city, who is calling in a favor. And I don't know what that favor might be for each of you, but for some reason or other, to be decided by you, Wakanga Otamu, you each owe him a favor. I don't know what he did to make you owe him a favor, but let me know later.
I'd rather not talk about it. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
But he's told you to meet some friends of his here at this bar that would be sent by a Sintra Sylvain, and to help them out however they need, and to bring them here to you, to him. No, Jada. Well, I don't know, maybe.
Mm-hmm. We're basically 12 years old, so.
Yeah. Dr. Zola had to read
Well,
Wakanga
think for yourself
thesis.
here.
I will walk up to the bar.
Alright. You find an older Chultan man with his hair in long braids, a bit of a beard going on, in a bright blue and red vest with bare arms, slinging drinks.
Hello. I would like something to help me forget the guy throwing up at your doorstep.
Yeah. I can do that for you. Do you want... So you said you want to forget something, but do you want it to taste good in the process?
You have drinks that don't taste good? What kind of place is this?
I have drinks that taste good, and I have drinks that'll fuck you up.
Can I
The
have...
expensive drinks are the ones that do both.
Yeah, let's go with one of those.
Alright. And he takes out kind of a crystal glass decanter and pulls the stopper out of it and pours this golden light golden liquid into it, into a wooden mug. And he slings it across the bar to you. That'll be 5 silver.
Alright, so I put 6 silver on the table for him.
You're gonna do well here. Let me know if you need anything else.
What's your name, friend?
My name, it is Harambe.
God damn it.
What was that you were saying about you're gonna get sued?
He wasn't ready. Harambe it is, I see.
I had a friend of this name. I don't speak of him often.
God damn.
It's a pretty common name here in the city. It's a pretty common name here in Schult. You know.
I questionably
That
drink
flume.
my fancy drink with my pinky out.
3 out of every 5 people in the city of Chult are either named Harambe or Floon. Floon Blagmar.
We've watched way too many streams. How does the
I'm just
drink
gonna
taste?
It's actually really good. It's got kind of this like honey taste to it. Maybe a little bubbly. It's really good. It's very sweet.
I sit down and just kind of sip on it for a while.
Cool.
Felix will scan the room for people looking for us, or
Um,
not really a lot
Doc-
to go on. So
Farron, Doctor, could you both roll perception checks for me?
Look curiously around the room, just sort of trying to figure out if there's anything that sparks my interest. Very childlike.
Frank, you notice people playing dice over on the floor, kind of on a low sitting table. And like, perhaps you don't know what dice are. Perhaps it looks to you like they're just throwing bones and getting really excited about the result of throwing these bones across the table.
Some sort of ritual. Just kind of walk over and sort of. What religion is this? I've not seen it before.
And a fellow, a tiefling fellow, of red skin and like dark purple hair, wearing kind of a flowy robe. And he's got this big medallion on. He's like, religion. Yeah, it's a religion. We're big fans of Lady Luck here. What's the name of the god for luck? Joe, help me out.
not familiar.
It's not Saloon,
Seamus.
probably.
You're definitely verging into areas that I don't tend to be in.
Timora, I got it.
Yes.
Yeah, we're worshiping Timora here, Lady Luck. How about you like to worship with us, my friend?
Oh, no, I follow the Heron of the Marsh, but I am quite interested in your ritual here. It's
Oh yeah, well you don't have to be a follower of Timora Man to get into the ritual. And like he says, winking at the other people. Like, why don't you just go ahead and take these dice here and give them a good throw for me?
all right.
I just imagined him throwing them through the wall.
So, as I take them in my hand and begin to like throw them over your hand.
Why are you waiting? Just do it.
All right, I'm just gonna whip him to the nearest wall. If possible.
Roll a strength check.
Failed.
Or your strength.
Yeah.
No, that's good, bro.
Oh wait, shit.
I think you
Your
just.
strength.
That's all right. 22. There. Oh, 20. Okay.
Oh, there we go.
Like right into the wall. Like it's embedded like a centimeter into the wall. One of the
Oh,
dice is. And the other one like bounces off a guy's temple. He's like, ah, oh god, ow,
I'm sorry. Oh, I apologize.
oh, my head. And the tiefling you were talking to is just laughing like, ah, that was great. That was so worth it. Let's try it again, my friend. But this time, try like this. And he like takes out another set of dice from the folds of his robe, and he like shakes them in his hand and like slings them underhanded so that they land on the table, and do kind of like a roll.
Okay.
And he counts up the numbers, and he's like, "Yeah, all right, that's a 7. So I win this round." And he takes up a bunch of like gold sitting on the table, and he throws 1 gold back in. And everybody else throws a gold in. He's like, so what do you say? You want to try playing for real now?
Ooh, as you would say, flushed with gold. In the process of making some more, actually, though. I'm looking for some companions of my new friends over there, and I point to the people I came with. Are any of you interested or looking for a group to investigate a dangerous curse with little hope for reward?
Man, that's tempting, but that's really not my type of thing.
It's gonna be a
honest.
no for
man.
me, dog.
Yeah, that's gonna
Not
be
my
no.
scene, man.
I'll tell you what. You may not have a lot of gold, but it's all about wagering something of worth. You got a nice hammer there on your back. Why don't you
Yes.
put it on the table?
As a wager to lose.
Yeah, well, to win, right? You're gonna make some money. Luck favors the first timers, right? That's why they call it beginner's luck.
Yes. Simple, not stupid. And you look delicious. So I'll recuse myself of the situation.
I look drunk, but all right. I like you.
You as
What's
well.
your name?
They call me Frank.
It's nice to meet you, Frank. Really is.
Oh, and your name is?
My name is Pride, or at least that's what they call me around here. Nice to meet you.
I will continue to look for the people looking to investigate the dangerous curse.
Good, good. Let me know if you find anything. Maybe I can set up a pool on whether or not you make it back.
That I would bet on. And I'll kind of like go on and just like sort of like tap him on the shoulder. Excuse me, are you looking to investigate the dangerous curse?
So earlier, did you say for me and Felix to roll perception checks?
I mean, at this point, you see a giant turtle man walking around asking about death curses. You figure this is probably who you're looking for.
Hello.
Eventually, he makes it around to you guys as people. And if we can get a
Who does he
description
talk
of
to
our...
first?
I don't know. Who do you talk to first? Describe yourselves, and then he can decide.
Okay. Drew, do you want me to go first or you?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay. So over by one of the longer bars, you see this sort of not quite skinny, but she's kind of a muscular woman who is decked out in all this different armor that seems to have a lot of scale and rough texture to it. She has a little bit of a tan to her, but she also wears these glasses that are like fake Harry Potter glasses, if at all. But there's like a crack along the side here on one of the lenses. They're obviously very well worn. And the biggest thing that stands out besides her glasses and her bright green eyes is the insane amount of red curly hair that she has that is barely pulled back by a very thick little, is almost uncontrollable. And that is the woman you see sitting at the bar writing something down in a leather-bound journal.
I just see Miss Frizzle with weapons.
I see Merida, but yeah.
Oh yeah.
Frizzle Merida, yeah.
Oh,
Drew?
eyes very large. Hello. Are you looking for a dangerous curse with little hope for a reward?
Let's let Drewbert introduce himself first, real quick.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your friend.
Well, I am Theron. If you're familiar with elves, you'll know that I'm a wood elf. I have copperish-looking skin, green eyes, gray hair, just simple leather armor, common clothes, and maybe a cloak. Real simple. Just at the bar drinking.
Hello. Well met.
And
So
then
which of
you
us
as
do you
well.
speak to first?
Sort of. I would imagine I sort of like turn the corner and see both of you. Oh, hi. Hello.
She's like, hello, I'm putting together a suicide squad, says a giant turtle.
So I would guess, obviously, seeing this giant walking turtle, the only thing that strikes me is that he talks.
Yeah, it's fairly reasonable to think that this is your guy.
Yeah, so I'm kind of looking up at him like, hello, well met. I don't know if I'm the one you're looking for, but there are individuals I'm supposed to meet here. I was given a letter by a good friend of mine. Oh, excuse me, where are my letters? And she like quickly shuts her journal and holds out her hand, like, I'm Dr. Zola. How do you do?
I'm the one they call Frank. I just sort of take like your whole hand in one of my like fish fin things. Yes.
And I put the other hand on top, and I enthusiastically like shake your hand, like, it's so nice to meet you. It's different to find one that talks.
And you, this gentleman with you. Hello. I'm the one they call Frank.
Yeah.
In truth, I don't know if my appearance is giving off that I'm not the brains of the operation. They sort of point over to them, and they were the ones that they promised me fish. They would know more.
I was kind of scanning the room. Do I see what's going on? Heading over.
I'm over at the bar still asking the bartender questions. Kind of harassing him a little bit, probably.
All right. You probably get a little bit of information about the city proper. Let's see. What can the bartender tell you? The bartender probably tells you more about the market ward that you're at. They do tell you that the Thundering Lizard is great to party, but they've taken a liking to you because you spent some money. And they do tell you that perhaps if you're looking for a quieter place, it wouldn't hurt to stop by the House of Repose as well. Specifically, Kaya's House of Repose is the name of the business. And it's kind of a fancier joint. The Thundering Lizard is where you go if you like to party. Kaya's House of Repose is where you want to go for a good night's rest. Also in this part of the city is the Grand Coliseum, where you can watch and participate in blood sports like animal combat or circuses or gladiator fights, that type of thing. There's also the dinosaur races, where it's exactly what it sounds like.
So you can ride the dinosaurs. I knew
some
it.
of them. There's a public bathhouse in this district. They also tell you about the Temple of Gond, which is you see that he's actually wearing the bartender is wearing a symbol of Gond, and Gond is a god of craftspeople and smiths and like carvers and people of ingenuity, and their temples tend to look like kind of weird steampunk laboratories.
Cool. Does he know anything regarding the curse at all, or where?
No, not really.
Okay.
Is it just common?
Yeah.
I'm just gathering info.
He's not one that runs into people that can afford to a resurrection spell anyways, so he's not likely to like come across that.
That's fair.
It's a special class of people that are able to afford resurrection magic. Because I mean, how much does resurrection? A resurrection costs a crap ton.
Does I want to say at least 1,000 gold?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more like 5.
It's something. It's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. An expensive thing.
You ain't got Varos money.
Nope. I'm definitely not on that level. Although I dress like I am.
For our Twitch viewers, Varos is referring to another character that we had in a separate campaign where myself and a couple of those players, including our DN here, also DN'd. But he was quite the philanthropist in many sort of questionable, some questionable, some not so questionable businesses. So yeah, he was loaded. So, bit of a change here.
It was basically a bard that wasn't a bard.
No kidding.
So, I guess eventually I notice that I'm the only one there, and that all of my friends have wandered off, and I look around to see where they head, and I kind of make my way over towards the table.
Felix is probably actually looking at you, like trying to get your attention. So
Probably, and I was probably
slap you
just
over.
completely ignoring and just gabbing away at the bar.
Yeah, and you gather that information. On top of that, they tell you at the Temple of Gaunt, there's quite the tourist attraction in the form of a giant fountain that's like all automated and super cool.
A giant fountain, like a
Yeah.
like a water fountain.
Yeah, like this is some water world junk. It's like some Vegas mess.
So I make my way over to the table. You guys see this very pale, quite tall individual walk up with blue hair and wearing kind of like leather armor, like they're prepared for battle, but with very fancy robes over top of it. He walks up and sees the two of you over there at this table with these two individuals that I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I see you guys have found your way into something or another. What are we up to? Oh,
I'm sorry. Oh,
somebody disconnected and reconnected it. Messed up all of my cameras.
Hello?
You guys still there?
I see Drew.
yep, I hear you now.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Who are you talking to?
To my companions.
Gotcha.
Alex, can you hear us?
Yep.
You're
Cool.
not Alex.
Close enough. We got
Yeah,
we got A Foster.
That's weird how it kicked us out like that.
So I'll make my way over and see what you guys are up to.
Okay. Which Foster do we have? Is
Both, I would assume.
I just okay. Because I'm not hearing
Let me check
Foster.
the Discord real quick. They're still on the Discord.
Yep, I hear you.
I can't hear them at all.
Okay, y'all there?
Yep, I hear you.
Nope. Still nothing.
Huh.
Joe's probably having problems.
Well, I can hear everyone but them.
Same.
Same here.
Drew is just special.
I can
I'm
hear
the favorite.
I can hear Drew and I can hear Casey and Megan, but I cannot hear Alex and them.
And Casey, I'm not seeing your video feed anymore.
So guys, if you're watching the stream, welcome to the struggle that is video chat.
We will get better at it, I promise.
Well, this is largely due to software issues, I'm sure. But you can't have anything without some difficulty.
Pilot
I will say-
episode, people.
Yeah. We're doing pretty good, I think, for attempt number 1.
We were for a while.
Shh. Not were, still.
Now I don't see Drew anymore or hear him. Very, very difficult.
Yeah, the only video feed I'm seeing is my own. Like, I don't even see... There's Drew. I don't even see Casey, though.
I see Casey.
Well, aren't
Drew
you
is just special.
special?
I'm the favorite.
Alright, so I am going to see if we can't get this issue fixed.
Allie says they can hear
not
us.
sure what our mic is on.
Maybe just restart the call?
No, because The thing is all of the cameras are set up in the positions where you guys are at. So let me see if I can fix this.
Oh, wait, I think I just heard you. Yep, I can. I can hear you.
Nope, still can't.
Joe can't.
I can hear you, Drew.
Yeah, I can hear. I can hear Drew. Very weird.
Why don't you like Alex, Joe?
I do.
It's terrible. Hey,
I don't know how to fix it on their end though. That's very maybe a good stopping point. Well,
yeah, I guess we met everybody.
I will say that is true. We are all together at the Thundering Lizard, and from this point can go forward to meet Mr. Wakanga Otamu.
yeah, I
next
mean, we
Wednesday.
kind of plan to have about a 2-hour session tonight, so maybe we'll end it here and try to work on some of the audio problems for next session. For those of you guys who joined in and watched the stream tonight, we're going to try to do this every week on Wednesday, around the same time at between 8:30 and 9 o'clock. We got to start a little bit late tonight. Hopefully we can get started a little bit earlier next game. If you're not currently a follower on the channel, please do hit the follow button. Now you'll get a notification when we go live, and it just helps to support the channel. Anybody got anything else you want to add?
Thanks
Nope,
for
thank
joining
you
us for the
for.
pilot episode. Yep.
Yep, and as this goes on, like we said, we'll be starting a little earlier at 8. Might be taking information this summer about starting a little earlier, but we'll see.
And that is Central Standard Time for anyone who might be in a different
Yes.
zip code.
I think that probably makes us unique. Most of the shows I know are Pacific time, so we start, even for the people that start at like 7, we start an hour early than most people. So there's that. Haha.
So hopefully that
It's just late for
better.
us, yeah.
Critical Role is
for
better
us
than
those
us,
people.
but we don't make you stay up all night.
We're just that considerate.
So if any of you out there watching from like the East or West Coast or from a different time zone, currently the time over here right now is 10:16 p.m. Compare time zones there.
And I will be I'll be adding some new panels to the bottom of the channel that'll have some information about characters and contact information. So if you guys want to add that to the channel, please send it to me. So hopefully for next game we'll have all that information tied in. This one's a little bit of a, like I said, pilot episode. It's the first stream that we've done with multiple cameras, so it was trial and error.
And yes, praise the Heron.
Yeah.
Until next time. On Dragon. No, copyright.
Well,
No, stay away from it.
thank you guys for
On-
tuning in.
Dungeon Ball Dragons.
Nerds at the round table. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for being so patient.
And,
Yep.
and until Wednesday next week, we'll see you guys later.